Okay, the test is now live. Right, so good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Okay, so today, just want to try a theory out. Okay, as many of you know, I'm not that much of a fan of brain generation. Because because it's like a way of like trying to like hide how bad your optimization of your video games are, but now that monitor refresh rate has gotten to the point where it outmatched what the graphics card can do. So I thought like, you know what, I'm going to try something out with frame generation. So okay, so the theory is this. Okay, so I have my phone, right, which I used to like watch whether the YouTube the streaming is actually doing it properly. So what I'm going to do right now, right, is something like this. Okay, so I'm going to run two benchmarks, namely one from Black Myth Wukong and the other is from Onimusha. Okay, so what is going to happen, right, is that I am going to run a base benchmark with ray tracing turned on. So back then, right, when I with both games with ray tracing turned on, right, I cannot hit more than 80 frames per second with my crazy PC, right. I have asked my contact to build before she retires, and she already officially retired, so she is no longer working at her shop. Although good for me is that she is still accepting item orders if I want to build things myself. So thank you very much. So yeah, highly doubt there's a 6090, but then although I really hope that Intel really builds something comparable to a 5090, so at least I can switch to Intel. AMD included, but AMD highly unlikely. Intel, not sure what the hell are they doing right now. Okay, but anyways, so first up, let me just unmute the game volume. Black Myth Wukong, come on, show up. What the hell is it not showing up? There we go, show up. Okay, good. Right, so okay, so pretty straightforward. I'm just going to run one time benchmark without with ray tracing turned on at maximum, no frame generation. Okay, and we see what is the frames per second we got. After which, right, I will turn on to 2 times frame generation, lock it to 120 frames per second. So the theory, right, is that I get 120 frames on my end. You guys get 60 because YouTube cannot build more than 60 frames per second on your end. So if I get 120, you guys get 60. The plan works. Then of course, for the heck of it, right, I will turn it up to 4 times. So that means I get 240. You guys still get the 60. But the question will be, right, will the 60 on the YouTube end be smooth? That is the thing I want to check. If the 60 on your end is smooth, the plan works. If the 60 on your end is not smooth whatsoever, I will just stick to locking myself to 60 frames per second. That's the plan. And initially I thought maybe I want to go back to AB1, but it turns out that AB1 for YouTube for some reason, right, will have color inaccuracies, which I don't understand. That's why because of that, right, AB1 I cannot stream HDR with AB1. So in the future, if I have like video games that is very colorful, including Onimusha, by the way, I won't be able to stream in HDR. But the thing is that neither will I be streaming in HDR after my horror with Dragon's Dogma 2, because Dragon's Dogma 2 I tried to stream in HDR, but it didn't work very well. So yeah. So I'm not going to stream in HDR in the near future until like maybe both YouTube and the graphics card maker side of stuff is fixed up. But for now, I'm just going to stream in normal color spacing for now. Okay, right. Test start. Okay, so graphics. Okay, so super resolution, I'm just going to set to the lowest first, because this is still a test to see how things go. Okay, so display, we are just going to just stick with 120 because I can't go beyond 120 anyway. For motion blur, I'm just going to stick with weak because this is the default. Okay, frame generation is off for now. Oh, okay, full ray tracing very high. Everything else is at the highest right now. Okay. Okay, we apply. Okay, so we need to restart the game, unfortunately, because I forgot to turn on ray tracing yesterday. Okay, right now I just need to turn on the game again. Just let it load. Let the off thing load again. Okay, here we go. Right. Okay, because I am streaming in 4K or UHD, depending on which type you are more familiar with. So streaming in 4K resolution, right? There will be a lag of 10 seconds or so, 10 to 20 seconds or so, right, from my end to your end. So because of that, right, then it's actually a good metric to see how it goes also. So and of course, it is a differentiating factor between myself and other VTubers. Unfortunately, because I'm the only. I just noticed, right, I'm the only VTuber out there, right, that streams at 4K. So I guess I'm fine. As in one of the handful, I'm not the only one. Definitely there are others, just that I can't seem to find another one. Okay. I just can't seem to find another one as crazy as I am lah. So okay. So B-Sync is off. Graphics is here. Okay. Full ray tracing level at very high already. So let's run the benchmark. And let's see how my computer fare. Will it explode? Actually, I hope not. Actually, just to be on the safer side, I'll just turn on the AC because it's going to be very, very hot. It's taking a while to load. Okay, let's see. Surprisingly, I get 120 frames per second, but that is also because DLSS is turned on to maximum. So when I mean by maximum, I mean it's ultra performance. And of course, there's a lot of optimization patches already lah. So I guess. Okay, anyway, the frames per second actually dipped already. It's not got a constant 120 already. It actually went down. Okay, right. So I guess that's good enough. Because it is quite smooth on my end lah. So and also on the YouTube end, so it doesn't matter already. So this test is not okay. So it's actually surprisingly smooth already. Okay, so now will be frame generation at 2 times. Okay. So apply. Okay. So frame generation at 2 times. So technically with this, right, I get 120, you guys get 60. So now the question is how will it go? Okay, here we go. And now I'm watching on my screen on my phone screen as well. Okay, I'm using a Sony Xperia 1 Mark II. Okay, so that phone for the phone display, so it's actually a 4K phone. Okay, so I should get super smooth on my end. But will it be jagged on the YouTube end? That's my worry only. Because right now the frames per second here is constantly 120 without dipping. So far on the phone end is very smooth. Okay, let me just turn on the brightness. It's actually a bit dark on my phone for some reason. Actually, it's surprisingly smooth. It's actually surprisingly smooth on my phone also. Okay. Okay, actually the plan might work. The plan might work. Of course, right now the computer, the GPU, the fan is now running at like crazy right now lah. So because the GPU load is now at 80%. The 59, my 1590 is running crazy right now. Oh, okay. The frames per second actually went a bit crazy just now. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it did went a bit crazy. The frame generation got go a little nuts just now. Okay, but otherwise the plan works. It is smooth on the that is taken from OBS. Yeah, this is not what I want to see lah. So this is not what I want to see. So basically what happens right is that this part right, the frame generation actually went crazy. Okay. So actually not so bad. Not so bad. Okay. So the most okay. Return setting screen, yes. Okay. So it actually works quite well, which is actually quite surprising. Okay, now let's try okay, let's turn it out a notch. Oh yeah, it only caps out as okay, I'll just turn the frame rate cap off. VSync turn on. Okay, why I did that right is because this Samsung monitor that I have, right, the Samsung G80 SD, which is the first generation, which is the first 32-inch monitor that OLED monitor that Samsung brought out. The one with the what they call, they are the quote unquote half matte screen. It actually works surprisingly well, by the way. Okay, so with this right, you should just bump up 240 frames per second already. Okay. So then we'll just go to graphics. Frame generation we go to 4 times. So with this right, it means that I get 240, you guys get 60. So that is the theory. So let's see how it goes. So apply graphic change, yes, and then we run the benchmark. Here we go. So let's see how it goes. Will it murder my computer? I hope not. Because right now the GPU load is now at 99. Oh gosh. Now I'm really scared. The frames per second went to 300 for some reason. Okay, that's not good. Okay, I'm not going to do that. It's scary right now. Okay. Not going to do that. Not going to continue already. I'm very scared. Okay, I still want my computer to last until at least the AI bubble will explode. Okay, so so locking to so I guess for this game will be 120 piecing off. Okay, graphics frame generation we still stick with 2 times. Okay, I think this is safe already. Let's see gameplay. Is there latency thingy or not? Vibration intensity, strut dodge jump. This DLAA already. Okay lah, but the thing is I also don't want to murder my computer. As mentioned a lot of times. Oh, that is very high. Oh, okay. Oh, right, there is cinematic. Okay. So okay, let's see how it goes. Just for the loss. Okay, so 240. Okay, so it won't go exactly. It won't lock to 240 frames per second, which is a shame. Okay, so far looks smooth on my monitor end, but what about on the phone end? Oh, just now got spike on the monitor. That's not good. Okay, that was under the bridge. Just now got spike. But what about on the phone screen? Surprisingly enough, right, the one on the phone screen does not have the spike. The one on my monitor has the spike just now, so it's actually very weird. So I guess that's the frame generation thing, the frame generation problem just now. Okay, that is very weird. That is very, very weird. So otherwise, it's still very smooth. Looks really pretty right now. Oh, another spike on my end just now because the frames dropped. Then the frame spike. Then another lag on my monitor end. That is on the side of the cliff. Okay, I had to check. Whether it will be smooth on your end. Okay, there is spike on the phone end also. Okay, there is. Okay, so it's actually a rendering issue, not a frame gen issue. It's a rendering issue. Yeah, there we go. This is the downward spike I'm worried about. But otherwise, as you can see, it's constant throughout. Minimum drop to under 60. So basically, it just went 1 frame per second, if that is normal. And my GPU right now, the exhaust is very, very hot. Okay, right. Doesn't really show how much VRAM was being used though. Okay. Right. So now the question is how does it fare when I just run around in the what you call in the map? So let's see. Because this one doesn't have the low latency thingy. Okay. So what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to run around in the what you call the NPC area and see how bad it is going to be, how laggy it is going to be. So there we go. Actually, not much of a lag. Not much of a lag, which is actually quite good. Actually, there's not much of a lag. Surprisingly, it's actually quite smooth. Okay, not. Okay, actually, it's not bad. Okay lah. Okay, so okay, actually, which means that this is actually okay. Okay, but of course, again, I don't want to murder my computer in the next time I want to play this, so just going to stick with high for now. Very high. Cinematic would be too much. So okay. Anyway, it is locked to 120 lah. So let's quit. Let's stop. Yes. Okay. Test is not done yet. I still got one more game to do, and that will be Onimusha. Okay, so Way of the Sword benchmark. Okay, now I'm going to have to wait for it to load a little bit. Then I will put it onto. There we go. Okay, here we go. Settings, display, low latency mode, and risk. Okay, on plus boost. Because this will. Okay, the on plus boost thing, right? This will actually affect how the graphics load a little bit. It is not much. It won't affect the VRAM, but it will affect the chip. So this is something I will turn on also. Aspect ratio is 21.9 by default. HDR mode disabled because I disabled it in the Windows settings, so I might as well just just to be on the safer side. Okay, graphics. There we go. This is the one that okay. So I will just say default first. Actually, by right I should be using preset L, but then I'll just use default. Frame interpolation is frame gen. So ray tracing I'll turn on to high. Yeah, only it bumps out a little bit, which is actually quite surprising. Let's see. Make sure everything is at the maximum. Okay. Art scaling is quality. Now the question is there a lock frames per second? Don't have. Doesn't have a lot of frames per second, unlike the okay, doesn't have the lot frame per second, so Okay, if that's the case. Let's start the benchmark. See how it goes. Let's see how much we get. Again, this is without frame generation. Holy crap. Okay. Oh, you did quite badly.
Samurai として生を受け、剣こそ己が神魂と定めた。剣の道を極め、天下無双となる。そのためには、あまたはびこる天下無双を残らず潰すしかねえ。
悪く思うな。我らは無双の一門。当主が果たし合いに敗れるなどあってはならんのだ。
所詮面目だけの三流道場かよ。俺をやり損ねたら恥の上塗りだぞ。気合い入れてこいや。
狼藉者、貴様、剣の道を何と心得るか。
強さの証明だろ。勝てばそれでいい。てめえらごときがいくら束になってこようが。
You don't have to do that, Musashi.
気合い入れすぎだろ。
Okay, so average I got 123 frames, okay?
小手の餌になりやがれ。しまいだ。てめえらなんぞに負けるかよ。どこにいる現場ども。片付いたな。
Okay. Hey. Welcome to the stream. What's my total power draw? Did I underclock it? Yes, I did underclock my 5090 by just a minuscule 5%, but it's more than enough to actually keep it stable. I did that with the 4090 back then that I have lah. So
切るまでもね。
okay, so far. Okay, my worry is this one, the average. Okay, so and also the lows because I want to. Okay.
突っ込んでろバケモンが。
Because the thing is that what I want, right, is that you guys get the lows at 60. Basically everything constant at 60 on your end, right? But then I get 120 on my end. So, ooh, what's that? Oh, okay. The area lock thing. Oh, okay. Oh, I want to unlock that in the future. Okay, excellent. And that's the max settings. That's a max setting, but of course, DLSS at quality. So I'm guessing that if DLSS is turned off, right? If DLSS is turned off, it will mean that I will how to say get half of it only, which is still quite a lot. But the thing is that this is incomparable to Monster Hunter Wilds because Monster Hunter Wilds number 1, right, is semi-open world, and also number 2, right, Monster Hunter Wilds is using a bad that because the one thing that Capcom did as a whole, right, that is very bad against Monster Hunter team, right, is that they had the Monster Hunter team to stress test, right, the new RE engine. So it's not really that fair to Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter was unoptimized because they are using like the bait, like you can say like the first version of the IE2 engine. So it's not fair that when people say that the Monster Hunter the thing is heavy. Is this a heavy game? I got 780 S3 700 S3D and 960 ST 16GB play 2K rest. What should I expect out? I recently built my PC. Onimusha Way of the Sword, right? It's actually surprisingly light. Okay, it's actually surprisingly light. Okay, mainly because there isn't a lot of things going on, unlike Resident Evil 6. Sorry, not 6. Resident Evil 9. Okay, unlike Resident Evil 9 and Monster Hunter Wilds, right, it's actually not that heavy. I actually surprised at how, because the thing is that if I can get this much average, right, on 4K, remember I'm playing this on 4K, so basically it's double what you're, actually not double, it's quadruple what you're playing, because remember resolution is go up 4 times, because 2K is 4 of 1K. No, sorry, yeah, correct, 4 of 1K. So is it 4? No, sorry. 2K is actually let's see, 1440p actually not so high up compared to 4K, because 4K is literally 4 1080p's. That is the correct term. So actually you can run 120 frames per second quite easily. You can run 120 quite easily without frame generation, by the way. But this is with DLSS turned on. So DLSS turned on. So it's actually not that fair for most. The normal benchmarkers will kill me for this but the thing is that of course I am not a benchmarker. I'm just a normal VTuber trying to play games for fun. Okay, so let me just exit the benchmark. Okay, so it actually works quite well. So let me just go to the demo. Now is the more what you call realistic one. So the demo will be the one that will have the frame lock. Okay, so let me just go get the window back in. Where the sword demo, turn on. Okay. Right. Yeah. So if I can run this at max setting, right? Your system right at 4K, your system at 2K, because the CPU is actually almost as high as mine. Mine is 9800 S3D, but the thing is that 9800 S3D versus 7800 S3D, the performance difference is only like 5%. It's actually negligible. Graphics card wise, yours is actually quite high. So for AMD, so actually, to be honest, right, you can run it at 120 frames per second with FSR turned on. So it's actually quite. But of course, I recommend is you run the benchmark first if you can. It's free. You run the benchmark first and see how much you get first. If you get 120 easily, right, then you just need to, like, turn it down a little bit, then it should be fine already. Okay, so it's different here because for this case, frame rate can be capped. So now, right, I'm going to just bump it up to 120. Okay. Because I can actually run 60 frames per second quite well, so then for this case, it will be 2 times. Okay, then I will. Okay. This thing is turned off by default. Oh yeah, because uncapped frame rate is turned off. Okay. So so with this, right, I hope I can actually. Okay, so now very simple. I continue. And then I'll build the cutscene. If the cutscene is smooth on both ends, right, then you should be fine. Because this is the part where that will scare me a bit. Okay, this is semi gameplay before the cinematic. Okay, now I have to check on the screen end, my phone end. Is it this move on the phone end also? Is that real-time cinematics? Yes. Okay, gameplay is starting soon already. Okay, here we go. Trying to see.
Candy! なるほどな。
これのせいで強くなりすぎた。もう退屈で退屈で。だがお前も同じ土俵。
Okay, unfortunately, some part of the cinematic is smoother on my end, but it's not that smooth on the phone end, so it's not that great. Not that smooth lah, but smooth enough lah. Okay, now it's the gameplay part. Is it smooth for gameplay? Ouch. I almost forgot the controls. Okay. Okay, let's see. Have I read Vagabond manga? These astros don't look familiar. I don't read that manga. I haven't read the manga yet, so I can't say anything about it. Okay, so he's stuck over there. Ow. Okay, then. Okay, I'm dead. Okay, then we just check the phone, see how smooth it is. Actually, it's quite smooth also, so not that bad. Okay, so it's not that bad actually. It's actually quite smooth. Okay, so gameplay wise, it's actually quite smooth both ends. So okay, so let me see. Oh yeah, menu is like this. Settings. Okay, reflex mode is actually turned on only. Actually on enough is actually more than enough actually. Okay, now for the crazy part. Because my monitor can go this high. Now I'm really scared. Right. Then of course. Yeah. Here we go. Sasaki, is he buddy though Wi-Fi? I don't think this game is law accurate. It's not supposed to be law accurate. Okay. Okay, remember this is like a alternate adaptation to history, like most Onimusha games before it, and also it's like Neo. Also, it's a work of fiction. Okay, so it is loosely based on on Japanese history lah, but of course, Japanese historical characters. Okay, so Sasaki Ganryu, right? He is a rival to Musashi. Okay, like literal rivals are like they always they are rivals to each other lah. So in the sense that they are like how to say like Russia and US when it comes to armed forces lah. They are those kind of people lah. So what other analogy I can put lah? Yeah. But okay. But so basically they are just rivals lah. So Musashi and Ganryu, they actually okay, Musashi doesn't really like to fight Ganryu because Ganryu is actually quite strong. But Musashi actually respect Ganryu after the duel to the death. By the way, the final duel is actually the duel to the death. Musashi actually respected Ganryu. So is so in a sense, but of course at the same time, right, Musashi doesn't really like Ganryu because Ganryu is actually quite an asshole. So that is actually quite the truth. But of course I don't really read into Japanese history that much. I only read into it is because the game setting. I want to know a little bit about it lah. So yeah, that's that. Okay, right. So now it's at 4 times already. Let's just double check, make sure the settings actually loaded in properly. Okay, 240 already. Okay, my GPU temperature has reached 100. Oh no! Is Sasaki dead? Is Sasaki dead? By right, he's supposed to be dead. but the thing is, I have a feeling in this game they're going to turn him into Gamma Lord. But we just see how it goes lah. Okay, right. Temperature is now hovering at 88 degrees. GPU load is 100. Oh dear. Okay. Is my monitor 240 Hz? Yes. Okay, so let's see how it goes. Okay, so again, our monitor is a Samsung G80SD. So it's a G8 G80SD. Okay, so it's the first QD OLED monitor, 32 inches, 240 Hz that Samsung made for themselves. Because that's the only monitor available when I can buy it. So there's that. But of course, my requirement is that it has to have a matte or semi-matte screen, right? It's because my room is quite bright. So this actually fits the bill quite well. The only gripe I hate about this monitor, right, is that it does not have an audio jack. That's it. But because without the audio jack, that means that I cannot use a normal pair of what you call the computer speakers. I need to get a soundbar. Okay, so far cinematic is super smooth on my end. On the YouTube side of things on my phone is actually passable. Yeah, it's actually passable. But quite a lot of deeps also. Okay. But quite but now, okay, but now the control is very laggy. I don't like it. The controls now is the latency is very bad. Okay, need a boost already. Okay, now it feels way better. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let me see what you roll. Many say it's not worth getting a 5090. Always go for a 5080. What's my take? My take is, do you need the extra VRAM? that is my take. Okay, why I go for the 5090 instead of 5080? Mind you, when I asked my contact for the 5090, she actually whipped out her Rattan cane. and swing it at me, not hit me with it, swing it, like like the threaten kind of swing, and she called me, are you crazy? Yeah, it's the equivalent of the Italian mom, the Western moms, right? Take out the slipper and then swing it at you, and say, you want to get scolded, is it? Yeah, so that's what my contact actually did to me, so she's like, you siao, you just built a 4090 system and you want a 5090 system, and the 5090 is overkill for what you are doing. And I was like, I'm not just using it to play games, I'm streaming on YouTube. Then she's like, oh, okay. So, and when I tell her, right, okay, I'm streaming on YouTube. Then of course, I'm running OBS, I'm running VTuber Studio at the same time, I'm playing at 4K. Then she's like, fine. That exceeds what a 5080 can do with its pitiful 20 gigabytes of VRAM. So without a headroom, okay, because one thing that my contact emphasizes on is headroom. So because because the thing is that like for example, like even my power supply, right, it has a 300 watt headroom. So when I when I wanted to stick with a 1200 watt power supply, she said no, go for 1003. She said get the extra headroom. She says so because she's worried that the 5090 may suddenly draw a lot of power, and she's right, she is right about it, So considering that she has 40 years of experience with computers, 40 years, so that is like Windows 1.0 era. So whose word am I going to take? Obviously hers. So really thankful for it, but of course it's just a shame that she retired already, because because the thing is that there's I mean, I'm really thankful for her, so, and of course her husband, because her husband is the one that assembled it, while she's the one that calculates everything and all, because both of them are quite old already, so yeah. So of course I also did tell her, you are retiring, let me build one last PC together. Then she's like, okay, fine, what do you want? Oh, 9800 S3D, S870E motherboard, then and the case, right, from Thermaltake that is actually equally expensive. Then she's like, you're a lot of money, huh? I said yeah, because I saved my money, I saved it up for it, and I'm still single. Yeah, then she's like, then why don't you get a girl? Why don't you use the money and get yourself a girlfriend? I was like, yeah, you get the idea, So, oh, he actually deflected me. Okay. I'm dead. Okay, so boost for one time. Now boost for two time frame jam. Boost no, sorry. No, reflex on for normal two time frame jam, and need the boost of 4 times. Okay, interesting. Okay, let me just go back to my. Let me just prove that. So whack down to 120. Okay, then 2 time. Let me just put on only. Okay. Okay.
根性出せよおい。
切れると思ったか。残念だったな。
角肩がふざけやがって。
なんだその情けねえ姿はよ。高ぶりが抑えられねえ。もっと頭を眠させ。やるねえ。効く。
Okay, finally got him. Okay, so okay, so the test is actually done. Just a quick stream for today, just to test just to test my theory only. Actually, it's not bad. Okay, so that means I can. Okay, so what I learned right now, right, is that yes, I frame gen 2 times to get 120 on my end. You guys get 60 and it's also smooth. And if I do that for 4 times just for the heck of it, which I won't do, you guys will also still get the 60. So, okay, test complete. And that's all I will do for today only because I am EP number 1 and also number 2, okay, and also number 2, right, is that I don't know why my GPU load now suddenly bump up to 90 for some reason. Of course, at the same time, right, when I'm going to play, right, the ray tracing is going to be off. Definitely it's going to be off lah. But of course, I want to play high lah. But because I want to, because the thing is that, I mean, because I can lah, but the thing is I don't want to play with the aircon turned on every time. Electricity bills in Singapore is expensive right now because of the ongoing whatever is going on the world. So, yeah. Okay lah. Anyways, I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to the game. On September 4th. So it's only like less than a month away already. So I'm really looking forward to it. Same goes for Ace Combat 8 and of course Dawn of War 4. So we shall see how it goes. Okay lah. So that's the end of a quick stream for today. So yeah. Okay. Okay lah. I am hungry already. I'm gonna get some breakfast. So yeah, if you like my short stream for today, do drop a like. If you don't. And of course, if you got any suggestions or what I can do to improve the stream, right, please let me know in the comments. Or you can head over to my Discord to let me know personally there. I will accept all kinds of feedback. Of course, personal attacks is not welcome. But of course, feedbacks are welcome. I accept all feedback to improve the stream. So if you got something that you want to share, please let me know. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. It will help me a lot in terms of supporting my hobby. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. So may or may not stream on Wednesday because there are things I need to do. Because one of my electrical appliances that I buy for the family apparently broke. So I need to help out on that. And of course, yeah, okay. It has to break when my family is away. That's terrible. Okay. Anyways, that's enough of my own personal stuff. So okay lah. I'll see you guys on the next one. So have a good day, everyone, and goodbye.